Hey everyone, welcome back to Gavin Reads It All. A couple of weeks ago, I uploaded a shelf-by-shelf audit video where I went through all the bookshelves in my home library to see exactly what I've read on each shelf and what I haven't. And I gave every single shelf a percentage, and there was a moment in that video that shook me to my core. It horrified me. It sickened me to my stomach. Is that one of these shelves in this room, I haven't read a single thing on it.
You suck!
So I thought in today's episode, I would rectify that. There was another idea as well from that video where I, highlighted each shelf in red or green. And if I read like over 50% of that shelf, the shelf is green. And then if it's under 50%, the shelf is red. And there's a few shelves where if I just read like one or two more books, the shelf would turn green. And so like that's another like kind of video idea I kind of want to focus on. And I do want to quickly shout out Jade from JD Rereads, who has this incredible shelf by shelf reflections video series where she tackles her TBR shelf by shelf, and huge kudos to her for being so genius and inventive and amazing. And it made me want to shelf reflect and kind of see what my TBR looks like shelf by shelf. So check out the OJ Queen, and I'm going to show you the shelf that has 0% read on it. Here we go. This is the shelf where I've literally read nothing on. At least every other shelf I've read at least one or two books of. And I know this is making me sound like so bad, like I'm not reading my own TBR. I promise you I am. There's plenty of shelves that are in the green, but I honestly was shocked when I realized I hadn't read a single thing on the shelf. And it has changed a little bit since that video too. Like a couple of books have kind of come onto this and then has knocked other books off, but this is still 0% read. So on the shelf, I have 5 Olivia Blake books. I have The Atlas Paradox, The Atlas Complex, January's Masters of Death, and One for My Enemy. And I'm going to discount The Atlas Paradox and The Atlas Complex because I haven't read the first book in that series. And I'm not going to include the sequels as well. Like I'm not going to read those for this video. I'm mainly going to focus on the first books in the series to like try and build a TBR. Then I also have Long Live Evil by Sarah Rees Brennan, the Crowns of Nyaxia series by Carissa Broadbent, but I will only choose to read the first book in this video. Sing Me Asleep by Gabby Burton, The Mask of Mirrors by M.A. Carrick, and then there's the second and third book. The Last Hour Between Worlds by Marissa Caruso, A Letter to the Luminous Deep by Sylvie Cathrall, The Adventures of Amina Al-Sirafi by Shannon Chakraborty, Fathom Folk by Eliza Chan, The Way of Idan by Philip Chase, Violet Made of Thorns by Gina Chen, and The Last Tale of the Flower Bride by Roshani Chokshi. So those are the books that will count towards this video, and I'm definitely not reading all of them. By the way, I don't have the time, but I just want to get this from 0% read to something percent read. And so maybe if I like try and read at least like 3 books in this vlog, that might help, while also, just being like a little lifestyle influencer, while also doing like general life stuff too. So if you're not interested in like any of these books, hopefully you still take something out of it. I'm so unsure what I would want to read on this, like the most. I mean, I do want to read all of them, of course, because I do own them, but I don't really know what to kind of start with. And there are some that I kind of want to save for like our fantasy bingo and for an upcoming readathon that might be happening in June that I'm very excited for, but my lips are sealed for now until like an official announcement. I'm not making a readathon, by the way, so don't think that. There's just one that I'm kind of excited to partake in, So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a poll on my Patreon and make my patrons pick, I think, because I'm stumped. It would probably be cool to start the Crowns of Nyaxia series. I feel like I'm in the mood for those. Maybe an Olivia Blake book because I own quite a few Olivia Blake books and I haven't read a single one yet. So it would be cool to do that. The Adventures of Amina Al-Sirafi has been very, very popular. I feel like I've kind of like missed the popularity of that, but I still want to read it. And the Mask of Mirrors series is something I'm quite excited to start, but I don't know if I want to try that for our fantasy bingo. But anyway, I'm going to do a poll for Patreon and see what happens. If you end up enjoying this video, please do give it a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'm going to flash forward a couple of hours to see what these poll results are and what I can start reading. Look, I've just read It and the Tommyknockers by Stephen King. I'm hoping for something a little bit shorter. So I did my poll 53 minutes ago, and this is how close it is for the top 2. Literally, it's the same. The Seven of the Wings of Night, 88 votes. The Adventures of Amina Al-Sirafi, 88 votes. So I need to wait just a little bit longer to see which one pulls ahead. But this is my dilemma right now. I've got that one and this one both on the exact same one. I thought that if I just checked it, there would be something like way in the lead so I know exactly what to start with, but it could literally be either one of those two. I can't call it just yet, so I'm going to have to wait maybe another hour before I can really start. Okay, as you can see here, The Adventures of Amina Al-Sirafi has pulled ahead, 119 votes. Serpent of the Wings of Night, 108 votes. So I think it's safe to say that Adventures of Amina Al-Sirafi will be the winner. So while the poll is still going, I have every faith that that this will come out on top. So I'm going to start it right now. I decided to take a quick Instagram photo of me in my Stephen King shirt because I've just uploaded my 5th episode of Ganry's Old King. Honestly, that experience this last week, trying to read all of those books, and there was only 4 books, but there's over 2,700 pages in total. That was such a chore. So it is so nice and refreshing to get to the adventures of Amina Al-Sirafi. I was so tempted to make myself a glass of wine, but I decided not to do that. I might end up having myself a nice decaf coffee. It's 8:40 p.m. at the minute, and I still love the fact that it's kind of light outside too. Like, I was getting so fed up with the daylight being so short over the winter, and now we are getting to a period where the days are just longer, and I freaking love that. It's 8:40 p.m. and it's still a little bit light outside. I freaking love it. But I am 139 pages into this story, and I really like it so far. There was a couple of mentions of Palestine. So as soon as Palestine was mentioned, I was looking up online to see if Shannon Chakraborty is in favor of Palestine, and it does seem like she is. If she wasn't, I would have had to have DNF'd this book and unhold it and just like never talked about it again. This one follows Amina, and she is a retired pirate and smuggler, and I love the start of the story because like it seems very tranquil in a way. She lives with her daughter. She's had such an exciting life, and I kind of love stories where it's like after the fact. Have you ever read Freyren or watched Freyren Beyond Journey's End? It's like the big adventure has already happened, and now it's kind of like the cool down period afterwards, and that's kind of what it felt like at the start of Amina. And I was really liking this character. You know, she is a mother. Not only that, but she is a fantasy protagonist. She is middle-aged. She is Muslim, and I haven't read a story where the main character, where they've kind of had like an experienced lived life, and motherhood is a little bit of a focus, and it kind of adds to Amina's drive. So what I loved about this is that we kind of start pretty much quickly with, you know, this noble woman coming to see Amina, and she's heard about Amina, and I'm not going to spoil anything, there's going to be spoiler free, but Amina tries to like pretend to not be Amina, and that was kind of a little bit funny to watch, especially when you say like the noble woman just kind of isn't really buying it. But the noble woman, her granddaughter has been kidnapped, and she really needs Amina's help to find her, and that mission really does speak to Amina. You know, like she has left all of that dangerous stuff behind, she's left her crew behind, and she now doesn't have to do it. She even said like she didn't really, I mean, the money would be amazing, but like she doesn't really need to do it. She doesn't need the adventure, she doesn't need the time away, but because, you know, a child has been endangered, and she herself has a child, and she even says like, oh, I could only imagine like if that was my daughter. And yeah, like when you put yourself in the shoes of someone else, this is why I do love Amina so far. She seems to be like so selfless in a way. Like she is very empathetic, she puts herself in other people's shoes, and she can really sympathize, and she wants to help. She wants to help. So I loved the introduction of Amina. I thought that was great. The writing so far has been pretty good too. Like no qualms about the writing. I would love it if things were a little bit more described. It has been more character focused, character heavy, as Amina's like reuniting with like some of her old, you know, crewmates, and some of them being so funny. Definitely good banter between them that can kind of toe the line between like dangerous and, you know, friendly banter. So I enjoy that. Hi, Ash. Oh, do you want to play with your stick? Ash's favourite toy at the minute is a stick that I just got from my garden. Do you want to play with it? Hey, what's this? What's this? Boop. Boop. Okay, now he's showing me up. No, he's in love with it, but as soon as I get the camera out, he doesn't want to play with. Watch. What's this? Fetch. Fetch. Hey. He kind of did. Well, he's not fetching it, but he did run for it. I like that religion has been brought up a couple of times. There is a Christian character. Obviously, Amina is Muslim. So I do like the fact that we are exploring character identities. And it is very good character-wise. I would love a little bit more plot. I would love a little bit more description of the setting and stuff, especially with this being set in the 12th century. But so far, so freaking good. I mean, I've only got like 340 pages to go. Honestly, flying through, I don't think I really started reading until about like 5 p.m. So it's been like 3.5 hours of like just reading and just sitting here. Kind of on and off because Ash has wanted to play with his stick. So I absolutely love the YouTuber Kadikarus. He does like video games and stuff, but he does like proper great videos, almost like video essays, but he does a lot of skits. He's so funny. And after like 8 or 9 months, he's finally uploaded a video. It's 3 hours and 9 minutes long, and I really want to watch it. It's just a very long video, and I feel like, should I just continue reading tonight, or should I put this down and like finish it tomorrow? Tomorrow is Sunday. I'm not really doing too much tomorrow. I have one Patreon live show and that's it. So I could read the rest of this tomorrow and just maybe spend the rest of the night watching a YouTube video. I'm just so happy it's uploaded. I wish I could like not upload for like 8 or 9 months and still come back stronger than ever. Actually, no, I don't wish that because I love making videos and I want to just keep making so many of them. I want to upload more. I want to do like 2, 3 a week. But it's been so hard to like get more than just like 1 done a week these days. So I'm like, should I continue working on this vlog or should I watch this 3-hour YouTube video? Now I know how you guys feel when I upload like a 3, 4, 5-hour video. It's been like an hour and a half since Ash was lying on me and drooling all over me, and I still feel bloody wet. Like that boy. It is 11 o'clock in the morning. I have been waking up so early since coming back from China. It's been a good couple of weeks now, like 2, nearly 3 weeks since coming back from China. And yeah, I'm still waking up at like 7 o'clock in the morning. And that's way too early for me. Like usually I'm up at like maybe like 8 or 9 if I'm like not going anywhere. I know there's like not that much of a difference, but my sleep pattern has always been weird. But I feel like since China, it's definitely like reset itself and maybe it's better now. Weird, but it does mean that I got up quite early and I started reading more of Adventures of Amina Al-Sirafi, and I'm now on page 207. Still really liking it so far. I love the fact that the mystery of like the kidnapping is becoming a little bit more complicated and like new elements are being brought into the story that's like making me question things. I like the more characters that we're being introduced to. I do like the plot too. Like it is like a very adventurous plot. Some of it's like reminding me a little bit of like One Piece. So like just like basic kind of comparisons is like, you know, the fact that this is a pirate kind of adventure. This is like a seafaring adventure. We have roles like a navigator and stuff like that. So it does feel like it's scratching a little bit of a One Piece itch for me. So it's definitely scratching like that aspect of it. And I am liking like the theme of home and the theme of like people's place in a home and how empty that can feel or how home can change when someone is out of the equation, when someone isn't there anymore, to say like how a home can crumble without them. And I don't even think like that's a bad thing either because, you know, like a home is just somewhere where you can go back to and like feel safe. at, and like it has so many memories with like family and stuff like that. So I do really like that theme and how that's tied into the characters, because really like, the characters are like so three-dimensional to me. Like this is feeling so human, even though the plot is like very like fast-paced and exciting. It always comes back to the character and it always comes back to them. And it's not even just like you have bad guys, you have good guys. People have goals, and that can be like very complex because sometimes those goals can kind of interfere with your own goals. But it doesn't mean that someone else is a bad person, if you know what I mean. I'm trying to be so vague about it, but if someone does something like a little bit bad because they're going against the protagonist, it doesn't make them an antagonist in this story, if you know what I mean. Like you can kind of see from other people's perspectives is what I'm trying to get at. And that's exactly what I'm feeling right now. So again, like really liking it so far. I will need to finish it in the next like 7 hours, which again is like so doable before my next live show. But yeah, I thought I would just like sit in the kitchen for a bit and read. I was going to sit outside, but then the clouds rolled in, and every now and then it is like quite nice here, but it's so unpredictable. It says it's going to be cloudy for the rest of the day now, so I don't think I am going to get a chance to sit outside. Oh, and apparently there's a chance of light rain in the next hour. God damn it. Oh, apparently it's going to be sunny on Tuesday. It's currently Sunday. So I have to wait a couple of days before I can like sit outside, enjoy being outdoors and being in my garden. Oh, also, I have moved the cat litter tray from being in the kitchen. Huge shout out to my friend Kristen. I don't know if did I mention this in my Cat Dad Reads Cat Books video? I can't recall. But I did move the cat litter from the kitchen into the downstairs toilet. Even though the downstairs toilet isn't that big, it's still better being in there than in here, because it was like kind of next to this table where I'm sitting at. Not that I really eat in the kitchen, so I don't think it was like unhygienic just then, but it could have been if I was like eating at the kitchen table more. And it's nice to just be able to sit here and read without the potential of Ashatobu taking a shit right next to me. So I thought I would update you on that. You know, if you recognize and realize that the cat litter tray was literally right here next to me in previous videos, it is now gone. It is now not next to me when I'm updating you in the kitchen.
24, 48 hours. What's this one, which I already owned? But seriously, how can I not have those edges? I've had a brilliant time with Chloe. And I also get into a parcel and that had been sent to the PO box, which is really sweet. And I've only opened it this far.
So I've just had my Thrive come, because yes, I still do get Thrive. So I thought let's show you the meals I've got this week. It's getting like really repetitive now. I have been using these for like 5 months. I still find the meals delicious and stuff in Thrive, absolutely. But I thought I would show you my meals, because why not? I've got nothing else to show you. I'm boring now. So we have Taiwanese chili chicken, chili garlic chicken donburi, chicken tikka masala, lots of chicken. Smoky Baharat mango chicken. Again, more chicken. Didn't realize like how much chicken I was getting this week. Oh, here we go. Beef gyondon cabbage rice bowl. I really do like this. I've had this before. It's very nice. And then Greek style beef burger. Since it's only half an hour until my Once Upon a Time live show, I've decided to pour the wine. Having a little bit of a drinky drink tonight. My favorite, if you ever wonder. I've mentioned it a lot, but in case you missed it, Jammy Red Brew, which is so cheap. It's like literally so cheap. Also, I have Jade doing sprints on the TV behind me. I've got Allie doing sprints on Twitch on the computer in front of me. So I managed to get The Adventures of Amina Al-Sirafi finished, and I really like this. I thought the ending was great. I loved the culmination of some characters like journeys. Some character arcs definitely came to a very satisfying conclusion. I wouldn't mind seeing more from this world. It was just such a good fast-paced story. Like the last round about like 200 pages that I read today after my last update flew through. Absolutely flew through. I tried The City of Brass, I think it's called, years ago, and I read it and it was fine. I think I gave it like 3 stars, but I never continued. This makes me kind of want to reread the first book in that series and try more from this author. Just some fantastic representation in my opinion, and I had a blast. I could have saved this for that readathon I want to do in June, but you know what, it's fine that I read it now. That does mean though that that shelf isn't 0.00% anymore. What is it now? It's now 5.26% read. But that's still not good enough. And I have referred to the poll that's on Patreon. It still says 1 hour left of the thing, even though I wanted it to like end yesterday. It still says 1 hour left. 892 votes in total so far. And The Adventures of Amina Al-Sirafi won by a landslide, 178 votes. And then right after it is The Serpent and the Wings of Night by Carissa Broadbent. This is coming second with 149 votes. Then if I read this one, the shelf will go into the double digits, which is great. But then I think I would like to read at least one more after that. And I know what the third book is going to be that I'll read in this vlog. It's a little bit close between third place and fourth place. So maybe that might change in the next hour, but I doubt it. But I'll let you know exactly what the third book will be when I get to it. But yeah, it looks like I'm reading The Serpent and the Wings of Night next. I won't start it tonight. I'll most likely start it tomorrow. But this was described to me as like the Hunger Games meets vampires. And that's why I went for it. I think this is the Fairy Loot. Yeah, this is the Fairy Loot edition along with the sequel. I bought both of them from Fairy Loot thinking that I would enjoy them. And hopefully I do. I think it's romantasy. I haven't read romantasy in a while and I'm so open to loving that genre. I just need to read more good books in that genre for me to like really fall in love with it. So I'm so open-minded. I think the premise sounds great. I'll talk more about the premise when I start it. Oh, I didn't even tell you what I rated Amina. I'm going to give Amina 4.5 stars, I think. I don't think it's a 5. It's not one of my new favorite books, but it's so good. Like, it was just what I needed right now. So 4.5, yeah. And then hopefully this one will be another really good rating for me as well. But bottoms up, we've got Once Upon a Time next. We're on season 3, episodes 14, 15, and 16, yeah. So we've wrapped up the Neverland arc. We're now in the Wicked Witch arc, and I'm very excited.
She's clever, Rumpel. But so am I. Regina's heart is somewhere in this town, and it's only a matter of time before I find it.
Whatever twisted curse you have planned, it won't change anything.
Jeez, I look awful right now. But Steph is currently doing some sprints, and I'm going to be joining her soon. But I need to like go in the shower and stuff first because I've just come back from personal training. It was a very good session. I still need to start the Serpent of the Wings of Night, which I will let you know what that's properly about. But I also want to show you what my local gym is like doing now. Like they have started these like solid caramel protein pancakes, which I get like every single time I go in. Like I'm probably 90% made of this stuff now. But they are so good. And also they do like solid caramel overnight. Well, I mean, they do other flavors, but I'm a sucker for solid caramel. What can I say? And yeah, they've got the, which I'll show you properly when I like actually have them and stuff too. So I did walk home, managed to get here, started watching Steph on her sprints. And I really just want to start this book. I'm very excited to start it. It says we are following the adopted human daughter of the Nightborn Vampire King. But this human daughter, Aurea, I believe she's called, needs to enter a legendary tournament held by the goddess of death herself. So I am genuinely excited to start it. Maybe you're thinking, Gavin, this just doesn't look like a book that's for you. Like it's not usually typically what you read kind of thing. But no, like genuinely, like that sounds so awesome to me. We'll see what it's like when I actually start it though, because, you know, I'll give it 100 pages and if it's not really for me, then I'll let you know. But there's my love Steph. I got 39 minutes to like get in the shower, get sorted and shit. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm pretty like exhausted physically, but mentally I'm like, I kind of want to be social. I want to talk to people today. It's not often I'm in that mood, but today I am. I'm now all refreshed. I am wearing my Mickey Mouse thingy-mabobby that I got from Hong Kong, and I'm matching my coffee cup, ready to join Steph. She's got 3 minutes. I just about made it.
White sheets over furniture, the same as when we left. Clean cut underneath. Light muslin and canvas till someone's coming back. Crunch under my feet. You never really said it all till you said it all. Testing, testing now. Where do we go from here? You never really said it all till we say it all. Got time if not, but I need to know. Where do we go?
Still doing sprints with Steph, but I am now 236 pages into the first book in the Crowns of Nyaxis series, and I am really enjoying this. Like, this is so good. I don't know what it is I'm taking in this video, but it just seems to be banger after banger. I love the narration style of this. It is first person. There are some interludes every now and then, but it is predominantly first person with Aurea. Although I want to keep calling her Oreo. And I am doing like a tandem read. I'm reading this physically while listening to the audiobook during Steph sprints. And I'm just having the absolute time of my life. We've started the plot so quickly. We've already, like, I think it was like 60 pages in, we were starting like the tournament and stuff. But it came at a time that was so good too. the story, because we had gotten enough of the main character before this to want to root for her. Like, we're not wasting any time getting into it, but also it's given enough time so that we can actually like her and stuff beforehand. And I do like her narration style, because she isn't making this like kind of all about her. She's not being like, oh, you know, I'm so pretty and, you know, I'm doing this because I'm so powerful and strong. But no, actually, she has been a lot more observant. Her narration style is definitely more about the world around her, which I find so thankful, because I am finding it very intriguing with all the different houses and like the whole vampire lore as well. That has been really fascinating to me. And yeah, like as soon as like the tournaments and the trials start, I'm a sucker for a good tournament kind of trope. And that's essentially what we have been getting. There's been a good few happen already, but even then there's still some like things going on in the background. It's feeling a little bit political. I love as well Area's relationship with Vincent, who is like the king. And obviously, like from the summary, it is said that she was found as like a child. She is human, and Vincent took her in. So seeing the dynamic between Vincent and Aurea is so fascinating. We've also met Rain as well. Rain is definitely the love interest. There hasn't really been anything romantic per se. There have been like a couple of maybe sexually charged moments. They definitely have butted heads quite a bit, and they just like bite at each other. I have been watching, as you know, Once Upon a Time, and we're on a season where I'm really shipping two characters, Regina and Robin, and maybe it's because I literally just watched a few episodes last night and they had me gushing. Like, I was kicking my feet because I was loving the dynamic between Regina and Robin in Once Upon a Time. And I'm starting to feel that way about Rain and Aurea. And I'm actually envisioning the actors who play Regina and Robin in Once Upon a Time, even though they do not fit. They absolutely do not fit the casting choice of those two characters. But I'm just picturing it because they're the most recent ship that I've been shipping. And I do really like this edition from Fairy Lou, and I like the illustration of them. I think they do look really good here. But yeah, the actors I'm envisioning do not fit this. But this could genuinely be a very high rating. Like, could be a 5-star. I need to stop saying that because I always curse it. But when I mentioned this in the sprints, it seems like pretty much everyone who's read it has loved it. So I feel like I'd be the odd one out if I didn't end up enjoying this. But yeah, I think I'm exactly 50% in now. So it would have to go downhill so quickly for me to end up not actually enjoying this by the end. There's a character called Misha who I really, really do like too. And there was a character in the store called Alana who I also really enjoyed. So character work, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And the plot is keeping up with the characters, which is always nice and refreshing. Finished my sprints with Steph Loves, and I'm now watching Stephanie Bookish. I go from one Steph to the next. Oh, hi, Ash. What's Ash doing just hiding there? But this is the salted caramel overnight oats. And like, I am having this on a nighttime-ish. Well, I mean, it's still like kind of a little bit light outside, but I just fancied something, you know, something like not too big. And I just want to show you one of the things that my gym cafe does. I know we're really supposed to have this like for breakfast, but fuck the rules. So I finished the Serpent in the Wings of Night last night. After I watched Steph, I thought I would just read like, maybe a few more chapters, because by the end of the sprints, I got to around about page 300. So I only had like 130 pages to go. So I started reading more, and I got to a point where I was like, oh, this has to be the cliffhanger. Like, this has to be the end of the book. So I just continued reading because I was like, surely nothing else like will happen. But I don't want to end it this way because what the fuck? What the actual fuck? So, and I'm so sorry if you hear a helicopter flying overhead. They're looking for me. But yeah, what the actual fuck? Like, it was like a twist after a twist. And like, we were getting to the end of that freaking competition thing. And like, if you go by the Hunger Games comparison, like, it does live up to the idea that, oh yeah, only one person will survive kind of thing. And there was no poison berries in sight. So I was like, what the fuck? So yeah, I can't get over the ending. Like, what the fuck? So yeah, I really liked it. 5 stars. Yeah, I think it's going to be 5 stars. And I can't wait to read the sequel now. I don't think I'm going to read it for this video because a different book came third in the poll. So I want to like honor the poll that I put to my patrons. So I want to do that. But I think the next like mood vlog that I do, next maybe like slice of life vlog I do, I just want to read the second book. I really want to see what happens next. So yeah, that was great. I'm currently on my way to the gym. I don't have personal training today, but I just thought I would come down. A lot of days I just like come down. It's just nice for me to have this like really nice walk and get out the house and go to the gym for like maybe like 45 minutes and just do a little bit of working out. And it feels great to me. Like it really does help with the mental health and stuff. So yeah, I've been loving that. But I also need to go to the supermarket because I have some bits to get. I have so much housework to do. And I want to do that today because it's my birthday tomorrow and I don't want to do it tomorrow. Although my mum's coming tomorrow to help me with the garden, to like mow the lawn and stuff. But like I'm on about like housework today. I need to do the dishes, I need to put clothes away, I need to get stuff sorted. So I really want to do that today and not tomorrow. So I need to nip to the supermarket, get some stuff, and I'll do that as I'm on my way back from the gym. And then maybe start what I'm reading next too. That would be a really good shout. Also, I have a pre-workout drink in here. It's a watermelon flavour and I really like it. I only bought it the other day and it's probably my favourite pre-workout flavour.
I didn't think you'd understand me. How could you ever even try? I don't wanna tiptoe, but I don't wanna hide. But I don't wanna feed this monstrous fire. Just wanna let this story die, and I'll be alright. We can't be friends, but I'd like to just pretend. You cling to your papers and pens. Wait until you like me again. Wait for your love, love. I'll wait for your love. Me and my truth, we sit in silence. Baby girl, it's just me and you. 'Cause I don't wanna argue, but I don't wanna bite my tongue. Yeah, I think I'd rather die. You got me misunderstood, but at least I look this good. We can't be friends, but I'd like to just pretend. You cling to your papers and pens. Wait until you like me again. Wait for your love, love. I'll wait for your love. I'll wait for your love, love. I'll wait for your love. Know that you made me. I don't like how you paid me, yet I'm still here hanging. Know what you made me. It's something like a daydream, but I feel so seen in the night. Something now, it's only me, and maybe that's all I need. We can't be friends, but I'd like to just pretend. You cling to your papers and pens. Wait until you like me again. Wait for your love, love. I'll wait for your love. I'll wait for your love, love. I'll wait for your love.
I am home now and I am ready to continue reading. Now the 0% red shelf is at 10.53%. So I'm so glad that we've actually hit double digits now. Obviously, it would be amazing to get it to over 50% red, but that just ain't happening this week. But we can definitely do more, maybe get to 15% by reading the next book, which is The Last Tale of the Flower Bride by Roshani Chokshi. Cannot remember when I got this. But of course, it has a little slip. January 2023. Okay, so it's been just over 2 years. This has been on my TBR. That's not as bad as I was saying. I mean, obviously 2.5 years or more like 2 years and 4 months. That's still not ideal, but I definitely think I have books on here that I've had on my shelves for longer. So I definitely think the Olivia Blake books I've had for longer. Long Live Evil. When did I get that? This one's more recent, I'm sure. Oh, it doesn't have a card. Usually I keep the cards. I know this was in a Fairyloot YA box, I'm sure. Sing Me to Sleep. Honestly, most of these are just book box books. So I'll have that. Amazing. Oh, okay, so I'm missing the spoiler card kind of things. What about Last Hour Between Worlds? Oh my gosh, I literally just told you I keep the spoiler cards in, and I'm a liar. I've just exposed myself as a liar. Why is nothing got... Why has nothing got a spoiler card in? Oh. No, that's just author card. Okay. Well, but I do think, apart from the Olivia Blake books, all of these are book box books. Which is why, my friends, I do not subscribe to very many book boxes anymore. I've definitely whittled them down. I only have a handful now, but I feel like I'm going to be reading book box books for the rest of my life at this point. But I'm going to try and start these before Patreon sprints, because I do have more Patreon sprints today at 4. It's currently 1 o'clock. I want to quickly head in the shower, get my housework done before the Patreon live show, because I would like to just like sit down and read. Yesterday was so nice, just sitting down with Steph and just reading. And that's kind of what I want to do today. And this feels so short. Actually, how short is it? Oh, it's literally 289 pages, not even 300 pages. I could probably get this done today. Considering I read 296 pages of the first Crowns of Nyaxia book yesterday during the sprints, I think I could probably finish this in the sprints. I could just blast through. Oh my god. Does that mean I could possibly finish this vlog today? This is definitely the most efficient I've felt since coming back from China, which you're going to think is crazy considering I did just read 2,700 pages in a week of Stephen King books. But not everyone can watch the Stephen King videos or want to watch the Stephen King videos, which is honestly fine. Stephen King is not for everyone. But like, this is like the first vlog, I think, since coming back from China where I felt like I could do something really productive and just like read and yeah, like, I feel good this week. I feel, and it's only Tuesday. You stole his seat. I have just finished sprints, and I have just finished The Last Tale of the Flower Bride, and this was so fucking boring. Oh my god. I would have checked in before sprints, because I did actually get 122 pages in before I started sprinting, and I was like, oh, this could be a really good place to check in. I had nothing I wanted to say because I was bored to fucking tears. This book has like 2 POVs. And the main thread between them is a woman called Indigo. And at the very start, we meet the bridegroom he's referred to. And to begin with, he is looking for this grimoire. It seems very mysterious and it seems very interesting as well. The narrative is like very lush and descriptive. And so he ends up meeting Indigo. And we kind of go back in time to say like Indigo and her friend and then like her current life with this man. Honestly, this was like the most boring thing I read all year. And not just that, but I really did find the writing style to be way too forceful. It was way too, like everything was described. Everything. Like the valley of his shoulder blades, the knob of his third right knuckle is described. It seemed like there was a metaphor every other line. Most chapters had a think piece in it. Most chapters started with like some kind of like lyrical and lush thing that just didn't need to be said. I'm trying to find examples. As a scholar, I've always found dreams to be frustrating, if not lazy motifs. They might be portents or prophecies, messages or mysteries. Dreams may pass through gates of horn and speak true, or sneak through gates of ivory and speak false. At its heart, a dream is a door. There are 2 kinds of love. One born from smiles, and the other from Screams, all sprang from the letter. I had been enchanted with Indigo from the moment I met her, but I must confess I did not really love her until our wedding night dissolved into nightmare. Okay, the end of that paragraph was fine. That was kind of okay. But it was just so much word salad. And yeah, like this meeting between the bridegroom and Indigo, it was the fastest love I've ever seen, fastest romance I've ever seen. And then because the narration was so bogged down with so many metaphors and similes and all this thing looks so freaking lovely, and like this ivy is like the cosmos of like the entire universe and shit like that, it just slowed down everything. So you have the fastest love ever with the slowest narration style ever, and it was so jaunty. I didn't like it. And the two different POVs, like I just couldn't care less, mainly for like a lot of the bridegroom stuff. And the other one I kind of don't really want to say too much of because it could be a spoiler. There was a very, I mean, I guess I kind of like the last couple of chapters. There were some interesting things happening in those, but I couldn't have cared less by the end of that. I was like, should I DNF it? And I was talking about it on the live show, but honestly, the satisfaction I got from this book by finishing it, I always feel satisfied when I finish a book. That was what I was chasing. If this book had been in the 300s, it was only 292 pages. If this book had been in the 300s, I would have DNF'd. I could not have suffered myself through that. I can handle description. I don't mind description, but I can't handle the overuse of metaphors and similes and trying to make everything beautiful and lush and gorgeous. I don't need it in every chapter. I don't need a think piece in every chapter. And it was just a boring premise as well. And one of the main things that I was so intrigued by in the very first chapter was dropped after the first chapter. The whole goal of the bridegroom to begin with is forgotten about after that. And I just didn't like that because I was like, oh, well, you know, that was a good setup, but it couldn't follow through on it. I didn't like it. Yeah, I'm probably going to give it like a 1.5 star, which sounds really, really low. But I was like, oh, I could give it a 2 star. But like, why? Why am I giving it a 2 star? I found it boring. And I didn't really like the writing of it. So like, why would I give it 2 star? Then I was like, 1 star seems so mean. But like, is it a 1 star? It's not one of the worst books I've ever read, but it's definitely one of the most boring. So unfortunately, we did not get a vlog where I loved all of the books that I read for it. Like the first 2 books were great. 4.5 to a 5 star, and then to a 1.5 star. I'm so disappointed. And I love Roshani Chokshi's middle grade series. I love the Arusha books, but I didn't like this. Does mean that I got that shelf from 0% to 15.79% read. Unfortunately, I will be unhauling this, so it doesn't fucking matter. I mean, I'll not be unhauling it right now. It'll still be on the shelf for a little bit until I do another unhaul, probably in a good few months. I don't want to do another one. I only did one back in February, I think. So I don't want to do another one anytime soon, but like this will be getting unhauled, which means like the other shelves, I get rid of the books that I read and don't love. So the percentages are always going down rather than up. So it's an uphill battle. It is an uphill battle, but by God, we're going to try and win it. I will be very interested in all this, and I will link my shelf-by-shelf order video down in the description box so you can check it out. But I would be very interested to see if you have a preference for which shelf I do. Like, this is a little bit of homework. You don't have to do it if you don't want to. But if you want to like have a look to see what shelf has the most books that you think I would love, or if it has like books that you love that you would love for me to read, I would be very interested to like maybe try and pick a shelf at random next time. Again, like not trying to take what Jade does, but just to try and get the shelves into the green. Like I would really like to get most of my shelves over 50% read if possible. So let me know if you'd like to see that, and also let me know if you want a hand in helping me pick what shelf I do next. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to leave this video a like if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you haven't already. Leave all the comments down below. Let me know what you thought of the video. Let me know if you've read any of the books that I read in this video and your thoughts on them. Did you agree with my opinions or disagree? I would love to talk to you down below. I want to give a huge thank you to my patrons for supporting my channel. If you'd like to join my Patreon, then the link is in the description box. But yeah, I hope I will see you in the next video. Bye.